Okay, so this, being out here where I live, I can only upload like, I think max like 20-minute videos, so depending on how far this goes, I may have to just cut it into 2 videos. But I'm going to start right here, so I'm going to add a couple pictures somewhere in here. So at this nursery, they have rock like this in a bin. Just this type of rock, okay? You see this all over in landscaping. It's everywhere. You can go to the river bottom. If you look at it close, so this stuff is just rolled in a river and it's not recognizable. At one time, this stuff used to look just like this stuff in its original form. Then it rolls in a river and it becomes not recognizable. Okay, so similar to things like this, you know, you can go to gift shops and stuff and you'll see fancy rocks like this that are polished and sold like in bags or stuff like that. But all this type of stuff is just part of trees that are round and smooth and they're not recognizable. Okay, different kind of plants, trees, shrub, bushes, vegetation, and this is just part of the sap. Okay, so this is just a bucket of stuff that I pulled out of I had a bucket load put in my truck to put here where the drip line is on my gutters, to keep the mud from splashing onto the house. And just peeking through it, okay, so a lot of this stuff is not recognizable, you know, when you see stuff like this, because it's just round. Okay, so see here, that's more recognizable. Okay, but all of this here all come from a plant, tree, shrub, bush, vegetation or something, and it's not recognizable. But if you really look through it, and this is, you can go to the river bottom, anywhere. Okay, so let me pause this while I lay some of this out, so hold on. So before we go over and do that, I just want to show you, I got some really incredible bone pieces here I want to show you. So as I said, I'll put a picture in here of where this stuff comes from. It's similar to this stuff right here, but on a smaller scale. So this stuff here is no different than this stuff. It's just bigger. Okay, and I showed you this in my last video, but these are all just tree remains that have rounded and smoothed and are not recognizable. There are some telltale signs, but if you look at them, you'll be able to see. Here, I'll put this one in the water, so hold on. Okay, you'll be able to see the wood. Let's see. Okay, that was all wood at one time. It's stone now, and all of them are the same. Okay, so here I picked through it the ones that weren't round. Okay, and I'll show you that everything in here is just wood of a tree, a plant, a bush, vegetation, and sometimes even tropical. But if this rolled in a river a little more and became round like this, it wouldn't be recognizable. But they all start off in huge form, like I've showed in my other videos, and they just break down. And all these pieces right here are all just, all these pieces here is just all petrified wood. Let me just grab a handful, okay? And I'll put it in the water. It's easier to see. And you'll see it's just petrified wood. Okay, I'll grab another handful. Okay, dip it in the water. Okay, it's just wood, all of it. Okay, all this right here. I'll do another handful. Okay, so all this right here. Hey, watch, I'll just grab some out of here. Okay, just grab a handful. I'll dip these in the water. Okay. Let's see here. You can go to any gravel pile and you'll find this, okay? And like I say, all this right here, okay, it's not all from the same type of tree, plant, shrub, bush, vegetation. Okay, all this here is the same as all this round cobblestone. It's just, watch, I'll just pick some out of here, okay? Okay, so here, I mean, it's all the same, it's just, we'll take these pieces over there and I'll show you. Okay, so this is all just wood. Okay. It's just more in its natural state, smaller. Then it rolls in the river and it's not recognizable, okay? So now, I'll show you these, okay? So, you'll see right here that this piece and this piece, okay, they're petrified wood. Okay, but you see what happens on the inside with the sap, okay? This came from a tree and the gold runs through it, okay? This, with the mica, also came from the tree. Okay, this here, you see the tree attached to it. This is the petrified sap. Okay, it's no different than these two pieces that are wood. Okay, and you see inside the sap. Same here. Okay, that's what happens to it. We're gonna go over there in a minute, but while I'm here, I'll show you this. So this is a repeat for some people, but I got a lot of new subscribers and I want to show you this just on a smaller scale. My videos cover most all this in great detail. So this piece right here is just a piece of petrified sap from a giant cedar, okay? These pieces right here are from a modern day cedar, okay? So you got to understand how you have platelets in your blood. So this here is a cedar tree. If you put an axe to that or you damage that tree, the sap will come out to it and it'll create a scab to heal it, like your platelets, okay? And that's what's happening here. So this was a piece like that, like a scab, okay? And this here is the same thing. It's from a modern day small cedar tree like this. It's the same thing, except it's not petrified. Okay, it's probably crystallized, but it's the same exact thing. But this comes from a tree that was miles in diameter, miles across. Okay, this is just a very small piece of the bark. I mean, so tiny the bark was probably feet thick. Okay, here's another piece similar to these here. Okay, see, there's the tree and there's the sap. It comes in all kinds of different colors. Okay, so you come over here, I'll show you this large piece. Okay, here you see the tree, okay, and this is just one massive ball of sap right here. It's quartz. And the gold runs in this, the silver, uranium, feldspar. Okay, this is all part of the tree. Okay, this is a different type of tree. This is not cedar. Okay, so this is what most people think or have been shown what petrified wood is. Okay, something similar to this. Okay, but they don't show you all this other stuff because they don't want you to know it. They don't want you to know the truth. There's another piece with the tree attached to it, and then the sap, the quartz. Okay, and the gold runs in this. Okay, I'll show you a piece just like this that has the gold in it. It was the properties of the tree, like your platelets in your blood. Okay, there's more of the tree. Okay, and here's the sap. We've seen this one before. Okay, part of the tree, the sap. Okay, all comes from the tree. Okay, so now I went over this earlier, but I want you to understand, you got to understand the size of these trees, man. When you look at the rings, you got to look at them in 3D, okay? Whether they're scaled back like this, or they're all the same length. Okay, you got to imagine this on a scale, whether on a mountain or like this. A lot of people call it strata, but they're not understanding what they're really looking at. Okay, when you think of rings, you don't look down at a tree stump like this. You got to think of 3 and 4D. And other than I've showed you how the tree breaks down and how most everything gets the flat edge, okay? But there's so much to this. So I want to show you something, 2 other things here, okay? Before I get to the bone, I got something really cool to show you. So I go a couple hundred yards up from the existing river, up the mountain. That used to be an ancient river that was massive, and whether it was there long ago where it talks about the rivers feeding these giant trees, and then the small rivers branched off into the field for the other trees. But this looks like concrete, you know what I mean? This just looks like concrete, same as this. And all these little pieces are just parts of different kind of tree that I just went over, how they're round and not recognizable. But this is from the bottom of an ancient river, and the pressure and the sand and particles have fused it together like concrete. Okay, I chipped this out of 200 feet up from the existing river, where the riverbed used to be. Okay, so I just want to show you that. And this is the same thing. Okay, this is from the riverbed. It's just pressurized. Okay, that's all this is. It's not modern day stuff. Okay, so we're going to get into this real quick. So these pieces of bone right here are not petrified. These ones are, okay? So you see the marrow in this right here, okay? And then the bone, okay? Similar to this here, okay? This is not petrified, okay? This is not petrified. But I got all these down at the river bottom. The same place you can get them little rocks, these rocks, anywhere. These could be, I don't know if these come from animal, human, how old they are, if they're before the flood, after the flood, before Christ, after Christ. I don't know. But this is just petrified bone. Okay, and you see the marrow in here. Okay, we're going to look at a few of these. Okay, all this. Okay, here's the marrow. Here's the marrow. Okay, you see the marrow in here. Okay, right here, it's petrified bone. You see the marrow. All that is bone, the white stuff. All this stuff is marrow. Okay. All this stuff was picked up down at the river bottom. This is bone. All this right here is bone. All the other stuff in between is the marrow, like this. Okay? Just so you know what to look for if you go down there. This little piece. See the marrow in there. This one. This is bone. See, so this is all the marrow right here. This is bone. This is bone. Okay? And all this is the same. This is bone right here. It's petrified. In this little tiny piece. Okay? This is bone. Like I say, I don't know how old it is, where it come from. You see all the marrow in there. Okay? I got all these from the river bottom. So you know what to look for. This here is from a small brown bear. Anyway, so this is what's really cool, okay? This is like really a cool piece. So this is bone right here. It's marrow, okay? It's like the joint. And this is bone. It's stone, okay? It's just like any of this stuff here. It's no different. But this was a knuckle, a knee, an elbow, maybe part of a knuckle from a hand. But this is a pretty incredible piece. This is the bone. Okay? It really don't look like much. This side's much better, but you know, this could have been a knuckle on a finger. Or like a rotator cuff. I don't know. But I thought you'd enjoy this right here. You know, whatever it was pretty good size. I don't know if it's human, animal. Which takes me to carbon dating and DNA. Like I say, this is just my opinion. I believe a lot of that stuff is tools for the world to set their timelines for their false narratives of evolution. And I guess I'll just leave it at that. I don't trust anything with the world. They may put some truth in with the lies, but I don't trust anything when it comes from the world, whether it's mainstream science, or education, NASA, any of that stuff. They all work together in tandem. All governments work together. But anyway, hey, and this is stone, just like this. But what do you think this is? Is that a finger knuckle? Like right here? What is this? It's interesting. But I think that's it. I just want to make this short to cover some of this. This is wood, okay? Okay, it's not what people have been told, like you know, like this piece right here. Not that piece. Where the heck did it go? Right here. So this is what most people visualize petrified wood as, okay? Not stuff like this or any of that stuff right there. But if you, for the new subscribers, if you watch more of my videos, you know, part 26, the final chapter, which is a little over 8 hours long, that's probably the best, most informational, all-around one. It's later in all my work and research and understanding. I did a special trip to do that video before I moved down to Texas and so far away from where I wanted to go. But if you really want to get the meat of everything, that's a good one to watch, okay? But I just wanted to cover a few of these things here, okay? Just to recap, the petrified sap. This is like a grain of sand in the whole ocean. That's how small this is. And this is modern day. And all my videos cover this. I mean, some of them are quite long, hours long. But they cover so much, you just got to watch them if you really want to know the truth. And you see the mica right here, okay? This also comes from the tree. Okay? I think that's in part 26 also. But if you really want to see the truth on a lot of things, the videos, I think, will bring that to you. As hard as some of this is to believe, I mean, you really can't deny it if you watch it. I'm going to pause this a second and get my thoughts together and make sure that that's all I want to show you, so hold on a moment. Alright, yeah, I guess that's about it. I'm going to show you this one here again. This is petrified wood here, okay? And you see inside, this is what happens. And I'm sure a lot of people seen different kind of petrified wood, and when it's on end you see all the different colors. It's my belief that a lot of that comes from whether it was a tree, a plant, a bush, a shrub, vegetation, or even something tropical. I can't say I'm 100% right, but that's just my theory on it, what I've come to believe. I'm going to add some pictures in along with this, just for your enjoyment to kind of take a look at, to help you understand what to look for if you're new or you're not, or you're struggling trying to see this. But see, this is no different than any of that. Okay, a lot of that's really not recognizable because it's not in a raw form. It's been weathered. It's rolled in a river. Okay, but there are some here that are recognizable. You know, and I put that one piece in the river, and I've covered this before. This comes from Utah. It's sandstone. This is from a cedar tree, and it's just a different just a different stage of decomposition that it's in. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this little presentation, and I'll add some pictures in here for your viewing. Anyway, thanks for watching.